Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. What's going on, guys? This evening, me and my son heading down towards Ealing Masjid. However, when you do like a 31-mile indoor cycle ride, and that's 1 hour 50 minutes on the turbo trainer, you do have a weakened immune system. So yeah, potentially, God forbid, I could catch COVID.
Wait, you lost a fair taste as well?
No, I haven't lost one. No, I'm just saying that one could get a weakened immune system, yeah. It's maybe slightly better.
But how's everyone's day been?
My day's been alright, man. It's been busy. The business, mashallah, is doing really, really well, man. I'm so happy with it, man. A lot of new students, a lot of new referrals. I'm going to say one thing, yeah. And I probably shouldn't say this, but I am going to say this, yeah. COVID has been, subhanAllah, it's been a blessing in disguise. But it's just so bad to even say that. But as a result of COVID, people are rushing to do driving tests. And we have to stop them from doing that and give them appropriate lessons. Hence, like you see things like this white tape, you may see certain things around, dotted around this car, like possibly this camera here as well. Yeah, I saw a mad fight today. So basically there was a guy in a BMW and he attempted to overtake. There was another guy in an Audi Q3 Audi white, just on Hanger Lane. As you're coming back from Park Royal off onto Hanger Lane, and you're going to come back around onto the Hanger Lane, Jude, but from Park Royal, you actually take a left. So the car stopped in the slip. So what happened is that the BMW guy was some young Asian Mediterranean looking chap. He just stopped in front of the Audi. He got out of the car, started banging the guy's window with the Audi. He was with his family and his wife. Obviously the guy wasn't going to get out. And he started swearing at him.
What?
Yeah, come on, I'll have you, you bloody P, you bloody P. Right, you know what P, I don't know without saying it. You bloody P, I'll have you, you effing P, you effing P. And we just turned the heater on, it's freezing. And so what happened is that the guy shot out in front. The Audi guy just maneuvered around him because the guy got back in his car. The BMW guy, the perpetrator, got back in his car, chased the Audi guy again, got alongside the queue of traffic at Hanger Lane Charity when it goes around. Okay, got out of the car, started banging his window again. And he went, and then he got back in his car. The Audi guy, I really respect him. He just totally ignored him. I've actually got, hang on, do you know what? I've got the snippet on the dash cam. In fact, yeah, I've got the snippet, yeah. And what I want to do is, when I get a minute, I will, what I'm going to do is, when I've got a minute, yeah, so, anyway, going back to this whole issue, yeah. So, the guy, he eventually got back in his car, put his car in the direction of going towards Ealing Common from Hanger Lane, okay? And he, again, for the third time, it's all on camera, he again, I'll put this, I'm going to run the clip on the thing. And this is the sort of stuff that I see as an instructor. He again, for the third time, got out of his car. It was like a BMW 6 Series, like 2004 plate, really, really crappy and old. Don't get me wrong, those cars have got some really, really nice performance, but well, it's old anyway. And he goes, come on, you effing P, you effing P, look at me. And he took his sliders off. He took one. He goes, I got sliders, I'll still beat you up. I got sliders. And he showed his slipper to the guy. And the guy's like, look at this idiot. Do you know what? Is it, do you know, just walk away from these things. Literally, just, if you do find yourself in some sort of altercation like this, walk away from it. It don't matter. Huh? I've like, even as we're driving past now out of the bus garage, I had a guy swearing at me with a student. Oh, look, I'm on the roads. Look, I was stuck in an office. Office workers don't get into fights with one another, but road rage is awful. Road rage, yeah, you can get into fights. Of course you can get into fights. And yeah, the guy was effing and blinding, you know, this, that, whatnot, yeah, and I thought, what an absolute comedy act this guy is, man. What an absolute joker, man. You know, you're swearing at the guy's with his wife, probably the 2 kids are in the back. You know, the windows were tinted, but the guy kept the windows locked and he kept it closed. There's cameras everywhere. And I'll show you the junction where he was behaving like an idiot. But the guy was behaving like an absolute twat. Yeah. That packet doesn't look that big of those chips. What's going on? It's a bit small today. What's
I saw boss trying to fill them. He was like, alright,
But yeah, man, I was like, what the hell, man? He just was. That's a good camera angle, isn't it? It's got a nice crop. Like it's getting you in and it's getting me in as well. I like that crop, and the light is just it's just, you know, it's such a pleasant experience here to go to this Masjid West Ealing. Yeah, it's nice. It's a nice place to observe, and even given COVID now, we don't know. Like today, there was a slight dip in the COVID numbers, and subhanallah, in the death rates as well. But hey, it's Sunday, and
no.
What do you mean?
We got 16,000 yesterday.
No, it's yesterday. It's 12,000 today apparently. There's been actually 14,000 yesterday or something. There's been a slight dip in the COVID numbers. You know, and the government are selling this whole local lockdown. You know, it's just ridiculous. I don't know how they're going to get around this. Why are you trying to, you know, and they want to do this herd immunity. So slowly, so many people become immune to it once they get it, that, you know, they won't have to, you know, God forbid, immunization and vaccine is years away. Like, it's a herd immunity. So many people haven't got it, that even those few that have got it, it will magically go away. It won't be enough. They'll maybe get a weakened version of it because there's so many people that have developed an immunity. So that kind of explains herd immunity. I'll put a definition up about herd immunity. But yeah, you know, selling local lockdowns. We knew one thing, yeah, that the full-on lockdown, economic lockdown, it worked. The death rates just went down, man, seriously. But you know, no one knows with this COVID, man. It's such, you know, I was thinking about it today. Yeah, look at a virus, and the student I was speaking to, she's doing biochemistry. You know, she tried to explain herd immunity to me, and it was like, it just went above my head. But in simplistic forms, it's giving enough people. Now the problem with herd immunity is, dying is involved in the process of developing full herd immunity. People will die. The scientists are saying, no, you can't go down the line of herd immunity because too many people will die. Seriously, it's a sad predicament, man.
Yeah, but even though we can't stay in lockdown forever, that's the thing.
We can't what?
We can't stay in lockdown forever. In lockdown, there'll always be like those 2, 3, 4 people every
The problem is, yeah, stay in lockdown. That's all good. Happy. Stay in lockdown. The problem is with lockdown. And one guy, he put it in very simple terms, an examiner at a test centre. He goes, virus is still out there. A few people have got it. Once we come out of lockdown, we all start moving around in herds. That's it. It spreads again. And now we're back up to those numbers. And we're actually measuring the numbers this time around. We're measuring the numbers. Remember when we went into lockdown, and it's turning into an interesting debate. When we went into lockdown, what date was it lockdown?
30th.
Of March.
Yeah.
Or was it Feb? I don't even know.
It was in Feb. Feb, I think we had like our first.
We were warned, isn't it, in Feb? And then in March we went to lockdown. Yeah. We were warned. Yeah, 5 deaths, 10 deaths, 11, 15, 17, like that, yeah. And we were warned in Feb, 25th of Feb, I think, and then 25th of March we went into lockdown. You know, once we start moving around again, that's it. You know, I mean, God forbid, man. God forbid, the average age of a person who dies from COVID is 80. When we went into lockdown, the chance of meeting someone COVID positive was 1 in 40. The chances of meeting someone COVID positive after lockdown is 1 in 2,500. That means it's highly unlikely that you'll ever come across a person. There might be, you know, you ain't going to see 2,500 people walking down Wembley High Road. You may, but the conditions have to be right for COVID, for you to get COVID. Was that person in the onset of COVID? Did you give a strong dose of COVID to the other person? Did you spray saliva into that person's mouth? Was that person in the final stages of COVID, which doesn't make it so contagious? And there's so many questions. When you think about it, it's really interesting how viruses and these infections spread. You know, was the person wearing PPE? You know, there's so many questions, so many variations, you know. was that person social distancing? So all these things, you know, they do help. The social distancing, the PPE, the mitigation, the gloves, the sanitation of the hands.
Have we got water, by the way?
Yeah, there's water in the back. There's a bottle of water in the back. It's sad.
I'm not gonna lie, during lockdown, people, I was like, people can go and get a drink, go and get a drum, but we can't have a haircut. Does that make sense? Why would you open pubs before haircuts?
Yeah, there's a lot of it. Right, apparently.
Pubs were first.
Do you know what? They had an odd scientific reasoning, and when you listen to it, you kind of half-heartedly agree with it. Pubs opened up first with social distancing and mitigation. The issue was with hairdressers, they were in such close proximity, they had to have real special measures. But however, you know what? Now, all those things have been done. But I'll tell you one thing, and as a closing comment, yeah, let me just put the heating on again. Wow, it's cold. As a closing comment, we probably, they're going to allow the death rates, God forbid, yeah, and it's very, very pessimistic, negative to speak like this, they'll probably allow the death rates to increase to 200 a day. When you get to that point, all these sage group of scientists, the whole lot of them, are going to advise Boris Johnson, mate, listen, go and get a haircut and let's put the country in, obviously his hair's going to grow by then again, let's put the country into lockdown. Assalamu alaikum. Let me just take this off. Mashallah, we just come out of...
No, that stinks, man.
What's that?
That's hand gel, like your hand gel.
Oh yeah, my son doesn't like this hand gel. Now we're also caught up in this world of PPE and mitigation, as they like to term it. This actual hand gel.
It's lemon flavored.
I bought these hand gels. I'll let you see that what it is. Yeah, I actually bought these hand gels from Pakistan before Corona last year, in November last year. Immunity boosting hand sanitizer, lemon fresh.
Not even the. Yeah.
And this is the stuff that I bought from Costco's. The bottles from where's the bottle from? Primark. And yeah, this is lemony. It's like it's like the KFC. It's like the KFC tissues. The KFC
lemon wipes.
Yeah, lemon wipes. Grab that there, homeboy. So yeah.
On the cherry.
The cherry cola. I'll put that there, man. Put that. So yeah, go belt on there. Good man. Cassie.
I've already burnt all of this, so.
What's that?
This week, I've already burnt it.
Burnt what?
This week, I've already burnt it. Barely like.
Yeah, this is like 0 calories. It's Pepsi Max cherry. The raspberry flavour tastes absolutely fantastic.
It's cherry. Blue raspberry, right?
Alright, so what are we talking about, man, on the way back? The Masjid, listen, Wembley Masjid Committee, the likes of Inayat, the likes of Arif, the likes of Haboob. I hope you guys are proud of yourself. You may have achieved your little short-term goal by, you know, getting us out of the masjid. You know, mashallah, let the legal issues run their course. And that's the only way you Zindiqs will learn your lesson, by getting your hands and your pockets, your financial, your not so deep pockets, burnt. You know, at the end of the day, you think you're smart by hiring top silk barrister, top silk, that's what they call them. You know, you think you're smart by doing that and, you know, embarrassing, you know, the local Muslim community, the real Wembley Muslim community. By all means, go ahead, do that. That's fine. And brothers are making their way to other masjids as we speak. They're probably filing out of other masjids with a lot more barakat than the atmosphere or the potential khushu that you could offer. They are making their way out of masjids as we speak. Markaz al-Sunnah. Huh? Maybe Monk's Park, maybe elsewhere, wherever. Shepherd's Bush, Ealing, Masjid, mashallah. And you know, because you guys can't offer them, you know, ID and this and that and so on and so forth, and absolute tons of rubbish and collation of data, which is not even mandatory. Remember, the data you're taking is not mandatory. It's guidance. It's guidance. And it shouldn't stop someone from entering a house of prayer, or a church, or a place of prayer. And you guys know that it's clear in the guidance that the government issued back in July this year.
A call from Samira.
You don't need to. I just, what's Anyway, so look, Abhiyan,
Yeah.
committee members think they're really, really smart by keeping out the brothers and just this nonsense, basically, you know. Alhamdulillah, that's all very good.
Yeah.
You've achieved your little short-term objective, but what you guys kind of fail to realise is that you've achieved nothing. You have achieved squat diddly, literally nothing. You've achieved dividing this, and those brothers that you think that are coming Jummah, they're majboor, they are in an unfortunate predicament, desperate to pray somewhere. So yes, they have to come into a masjid full of zero khushu, zero happiness, nothing. If anything, everything's in minus in the masjid. It's devoid of emotion, it's devoid of companionship, it's devoid of brotherhood, you know. What are you guys offering them? Nothing whatsoever. Hang your heads in shame, committee, hang your heads in shame. Your tenure at the masjid will soon come to an end, and you guys know as well as we do. They know as well, isn't it, Abhiyan?
Yeah.
Your tenure will soon come to an end. Tenure is like a period of stay, like a period of occupation.
The rain.
Not so. Their period of stay, of occupation, of accommodate. When you accommodate, when you like a tenant, their tenure will soon come to an end. You guys are just tenants. That's all you are. It's a pity, really, isn't it? That I label you as such. You're tenants. At the minute, yes, sitting tenants in the eyes of the law, greater property rights, and the musallis that pray there. Yet failing to remember, we were the ones. Well, actually, let's not talk about the voting, the vote manipulation that went on, and so on and so forth. You guys are, you know, what you guys are, honestly, really, perhaps they're a bunch of just lying individuals. So what we may do, Abhiyan, this will be a cinema, you know that. What we most likely will do is go to a thing, you know that.
Where?
I'm thinking of taking you to, you know where to?
Where?
To Shepherd's Bush Masjid. I'm going to find out what time Salah is there, and I think that the roads, it falls under Ealing. No, actually it doesn't fall under Ealing, it falls under Hammersmith and Fulham, that part of Uxbridge Road, where the masjid is based. So what I'm planning on doing is, most likely I will take you there to read Isha there. Actually, on the way there, we can go to even Acton Masjid. Not an issue.
Really, both?
Is Acton Masjid, well, not both at the same time, but you know, it's just, mashallah, it's just different masjids, man. You know, we had a place like well, look at these guys, man. Before we had like one masjid in Harzan. Now we have 5 masjids in the area of Harzan. Not even in 1 square mile. I think in 1/2 mile square. So many masjids, mashallah, you know. So, hello. Just double check the road closed ahead. But as I said, the committee think that they've done something very, very smart, something that legitimizes their tenure. You know, that they have more property rights than the average musalli. Yet this is a public masjid. You defrauded, and yet you provide no answers whatsoever with regards to how you defrauded the election process. And you know, I'm not going to mention it on video because I don't want to implicate anyone, but you know, they state that those 300 late votes or applications that they submitted in their favour, apparently someone from outside provided them 100 of those applications. Someone from outside, someone told me the full story, but I don't want to mention the person's name, who the individual. Someone from outside submitted them 100 of these applications. These applications translate into votes. That's what they translate into, these applications. And apparently someone from outside provided them, out of the 300, 100 were handed by hand. These dodgy applications that were found at the 11th or the you know, in the last minute. You know, look at these guys, man. Wow, man. You know, if for them it was a joke. They always had in mind that we'd take power this way.
Yeah.
In this nasty, despicable, deceitful manner. They always had an idea. And look who you brought to power, the likes of Naveed. Inayat, real representatives of our community. And I want to get the statements that Brother Talat read out.
These are, yeah.
Brother Talat read out some beautiful statements. Oh my God, it was epic. The statement.
Talat said he would help the community, always to them.
No. He would be a dynamic instrument, or however he's an instrument. He would provide dynamism to the masjid. What have you done, my friend? No, not Talat, it was Arif. By taking post of General Secretary, I would instigate a form of dynamism, or I will be dynamic. I will assist. Where did you get this rubbish from? What dynamic stuff have you done besides making false statements, false allegations? What have you done? Dynamic. What does it imply? What's the Oxford English Dictionary definition of dynamic? What is it? Something that's ever changing, yes?
Yeah.
Something that can change on the spot. Something that is open to opinion. Something that is innately forever changing. It's dynamic. One day it's dormant, the other day it's alive. This can be any idea, this can be something physical, this can be something emotional, some entity. What have you done that would, how are you inspiring anyone, man?
Yeah.
How are you inspiring anyone? How are you making dynamic decisions other than the only dynamism that you guys exude is lying? You are master A-class Jude. Jude log.
You said that me and my friend, we were running down. You said that we were protesting.
Oh yeah. What's this recent rumor that I'm hearing, which is you're accusing my son of protesting when he's going out for a jog.
I just went for a run. You're telling me
he's going out for a jog around Ealing Road.
No, I can't.
And I'm telling him to stay in a public place so it's safe. And all of a sudden, rumors come back within 1.5 hours. Or they're protesting outside the masjid. Inayat. Though I don't wish to speak to you, and I don't wish to, interact with you verbally, but I can still get through to you with my videos. So,
well, this makes sense. How we weren't doing?
Oh man, what the most recent load of
doing? I don't get.
Just some nonsense.
Or protesting. 2 people protesting.
Inayat, you need to start. Oh yeah. By the way, you accuse us of fat shaming. Just to let you know, under the law, you cannot prosecute someone for fat shaming. It is not one of the protected characteristics under the law. You're not talking about race, religion, age, sex. It's not one of the protected characteristics of a human being overweight. So we were accused of making statements, fat shaming people. Go ahead. Go to the police with that statement. It's futile. I was listening to this on LBC yesterday night, and someone said that they got fat shamed in their office. Well, so what? It's not one of the. I've got a few pounds in me, It's not one of the protected characteristics under the law that protects, your human rights. And so that's a real, and you cannot be prosecuted for fat shaming.
Yeah.
So just to educate you guys, elucidate you individuals, just to educate you chaps, remember, read the law or listen to a barrister. Don't pay pop silk for anything. I mean, come on. They're probably running these videos to their barrister. Hey, look at this guy. He's probably going to concur with me. You cannot be prosecuted for fat shaming. You can't be prosecuted.
Even though you lot done way worse, even if we did it.
Oh yeah. Fabrication of fabrication.
You've hit us.
Yeah, hit Masalis.
Hit us.
Pushed, grabbed Masalis by the throat. Punches from the chairman.
And grab someone.
Black eyes, brother Mustafa.
Grab someone in the privates.
You grabbed a 65-year-old individual in the privates. Wow, man. So proud behaviour. Wow. Such edifying behaviour from the committee. Endearing values. I want to be like that. I want to grab someone's privates. Wow. What does that feel like, Naveed? I'm talking to you, homeboy. What does that feel?
That's the dynamic thing, isn't it?
That's their dynamism. Grab someone by the balls and grab someone by the Resticulars, sorry, the testicles, okay, and I can have chats like this in front of my son, okay?
Yeah.
Grab someone by the privates and scream in joy once you've done it. Ah! You disgusting individuals. Ah! And that was live on camera. You were told to let go of his privates, yet it was something you took joy in. I'm gonna run a little clip of that. I'll have to dig into the videos. Maybe video number 157. I've done so many. But Naveed, that was an epic picture of glee and joy on your expression of glee and joy on your face. Subhanallah, wow, man. Grabbing someone by the privates and then, you know, taking pride in your handiwork. Your handiwork, the guy even goes, oh, you got me by my nuts. You got me by my balls, wow, man. Man on man action, fantastic, subhanallah. This is the teachings of the Wembley Central Committee. The teaching of Anyway, we're good. We like to have a little chit chat, have an update. And if we don't have anything to speak about, these videos...
Oh yeah, one more thing, yeah.
What's that?
Them will actually refuse the revert.
Sister Jamila Sheikh.
Yeah.
Yeah, Sister Jamila Saleh, Sister Jamila Saleh. Sister Jamila
It's kind
Saleh.
of sad though, like,
yeah,
then
they don't care.
They're new to the religion and you lot don't know it.
Yeah. She even said in one of her videos that this is just favoritism. You know,
It's disgusting.
she indicated that this is only for select individuals. And you lot painted, in her words, the worst picture for Islam. The worst picture for Islam. Hope you're proud of yourselves, man. That sister done so much for this struggle and again, you know, inshallah, once we get the masjid back, you know, we're gonna get the other sisters to invite that sister back. You know, the whole community will welcome her back. You know, shame on you, community, man. When I saw that 2017, that video was done in 2017, and you had no shame in treating someone like that. You know, we will always find something to talk about in these videos, and you guys are ample, you know, ample material you guys provide, and the real Wembley Muslim community hasn't gone away.
No.
You know, we haven't gone away. We're still here. We're still here. So, you know, it is what it is. You guys need to chill out, step away from the masjid. You know, how can you bankroll a place like that? Really and truly, how can you bankroll it? People aren't going to give you guys money. They ain't going to give them money, ain't it? Do Not Donate has done a very, very good job. You know?
Yeah.
You guys don't deserve any money. You know, with regards to how you squandered the Sadaqah, and you raided the Sadaqah bank account, and then you came on 5 Pillars channel, YouTube channel. It's permissible to raid Sadaqah. Under what purpose? Under what purpose? Whose wages are you paying to raid that Sadaqah? Really? Is it a dire need, a requirement to pay someone's wages? We're all being furloughed. Only 1/3 of the workforce got furloughed. The rest of them had to make do. Not even on benefits, out of their savings. And yet you decided that it was appropriate for you to use hard-earned, donated money. You know, donated money that was supposed to be, you know, spent elsewhere. Hard-earned, donated money to be spent elsewhere to basically squander. You know, pay someone's wages. You know, I really, really like the fact that the whole cabin of the car comes into view here, isn't it? So yeah, that's what happened to the Sadaqah, man. I keep on, and there's so many other issues that, you know, false allegations is so easy to just spin off the tongue. It's become like a rhyme now, false allegations and protesting. But yeah, alhamdulillah, we did what we needed to do.
Yeah. And
mashallah, I think we did a very, very good job. I think even you guys, the committee, watching this video now, even probably you guys are like, you know what, those guys, they've done a good job in wrecking us, financially wrecking us. People will know that the money shouldn't be going to you Zindiqs, man. Subhanallah, it shouldn't be going to you guys, man. They know that the money is going to dodgy purposes, dodgy needs. And I'm glad that they know that, man. I'm so happy that they know that, you know. You guys, you know. So how's your applications going? 1,400 applications. Waiting to be processed. Waiting to be processed. You've got your master project planner admin assistant Inayat and Sanjanya, and your master project planner. Who do you have? Your master project planner is my favourite of the committee. A formidable adversary, a formidable like Darth Vader and Luke Skywalker. The light and the darkness. You have Arif. You have Arif. He is busy processing those applications. Subhanallah.